It's gonna be a great day in the office, sisters. He's gonna let me use my new pretty little lip oil on him. He said we can use this one, the honey. You ready?
Okay.
Do you like it? You're not supposed to eat it.
I thought it was the point.
No.
I thought you just meant to like nibble on it.
No. You just look nice.
Gradually.
No.
You just look nice.
Look how much better we look now.
Oh.
This is a great advert for lip oil.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But just like this bit.
Ideally, I'd put a little more on you for the full benefit, but you look stunning.
I feel it.
Yeah, I know.
It feels stunning.
You feel sluttier, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you feeling loose.
Could do anything now.
Steve's got to make me coffee. I have to pick up some parcels, need to sort out my flat a little bit. I have a photo shoot tomorrow, which I'm a little bit nervous about, so I just need to prep for that, which isn't really going to entail anything, which I'm actually really proud of myself for, because I feel like 16-year-old Savannah would have just messed with her body to make sure she looked a certain way for a photo shoot. But like, I just come back from holiday, I'm bloated, I am tired, I need to fuel myself so I can crack on with a day full of work. I need to be high energy for my social media channels. Like, I also need to have meetings with my management. Like, I've got plenty of things to do, right? But I can't really afford to not be firing on all cylinders. So I'm not going to do anything that could jeopardize my work or my personality. So I'm just going to have to show up to the photo shoot tomorrow as I am. And I just really love that for me. I feel like there's been a lot of self-development and support for me to get there. This is my favoritist mug. Look how big it is in comparison to my face. Are you ready? It's huge. I love it. I got it, if you can't tell, when I went to New York. Seeing you work on this table, this is like my dining table and work table and like living room table. This makes me really want to move, because I mean, there's obviously a table there, but that's the recycling that I need to figure out. And then obviously the TV isn't really set up to work in it, this flat. Like, there's just isn't as much room as you think there is, and it's making me really want to move again, seeing you sat here. We're smack bang in the middle of carnival season. And that's part of the reason that I'm here, because I really wanted to have be 30 and be in central London and enjoy carnival from slap bang in the centre of it. But once that's over and I've experienced a year of it, I think that we could be looking to move again, because this is the everything room right now. It just looks so squished. It's my pre-run snack. You like my outfit?
I like your outfit.
Baggy t-shirt, shorts. It was the way forward. 17 kilometres. But I've saved up a couple of podcasts I really want to listen to, and I feel surprisingly good today. What I might do is go get this done now, and then when I come back, run through some of the questions that I got sent on my DMs yesterday, because some of them seemed really nice. I think we're going to do that. BRB. I'm going to listen to this, by the way. It's about Blake Lively, because apparently everyone's turned on her or something, and it's just like delving into the drama of that. So yeah, hopefully that keeps my brain busy so I don't actually fully comprehend the trauma that I'm putting my body through. See you when I'm back. What have I signed up to now? New Balance Big Wheelie. That's a story for a different time. I figured I should just run through some of the questions that I got sent yesterday on my Instagram. We're just going to start at the bottom. We're just going to go through as many as we can, okay? Listen, if you're interested in the Blake Lively and Justin, I can't say his surname, drama that's going on right now, this is so interesting. Highly recommend. Only got 39 minutes through, but can't wait to finish that. Do you practice yoga? Love your necklace. I got this made for my birthday last year when my mum did, and I love it. But I also do not practice yoga. I don't really like being still. I probably should though. Talk us through your skincare, She Glowing. I use all Obagi products at the moment. I can literally show you. This Obagi salicylic acid 2% acne treatment every other day, and then just like a CeraVe or Cetaphil face wash on the other days. And then I use this every other day, the Obagi Pore Therapy Salicylic Acid, and then every day I'll follow up with the Obagi Daily Hydro Drops. then the Obagi Rebalance Skin Barrier Recovery Cream. And then if I'm going somewhere bougie, I'll wear the Obagi Sun Shield Warm Tint SPF 50 just because it kind of acts as a CC cream / foundation. It feels really light. But normally I'll just wear the Ultraviolet SPF 50 just because I like the sheen it has. And if I want to use something a little bit cheaper, then I will occasionally go for this L'Oreal anti-UV fluid because it's transparent, like it rubs in really easy and it doesn't leave like a white cast, which is super important. Do also take roacutan and will occasionally on the other days use this tretinoin cream as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it right now. I don't really want to stray too far from Obagi just because it's working and it's simple and it makes me feel really good. Like I've noticed a significant difference since using those products and I'm really happy with how my skin's looking right now. So yeah, favorite social media app right now, Instagram. I love it. I feel like you can actually communicate with people better. You feel closer to the people that you're posting to. It's much easier to feel like you're a part of a community on Instagram. TikTok doesn't feel like that, and I don't love the TikTok algorithm, but like Instagram, I think it's a lot of fun. Can you recommend some good running shoes, max 120-ish for a beginner? Firstly, go get your gait analysed at a running shop. Secondly, whatever trainers they recommend, look at older models of that specific trainer. That's what I have done for years. Like, so if a brand new pair of trainers is like 150, I'll just get like an older model of that same shoe at like £100 or like £90 because they just kind of only slightly update the way the shoe looks. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just go for an older model. That'll be cheaper for sure. How many pairs of running shoes do you go through? Yeah, probably like 3 or 4. I get sent quite a lot of running shoes, obviously, because it's my job, but I wouldn't say you need that many. I would say you need 3 or 4. To be honest, before I did social media, I'd probably use one for like years. I know that's not the done thing to say, but effectively until it's lost its bounce, they've lost their bounce. I feel like people say, wait, there's a rule, isn't there? Okay, the prime of a running shoe is typically between 50 and 150 miles. I feel like I've heard runners say that they get a new pair of running trainers every couple of 100 miles. I don't know that to be fact, and I literally just change them when I feel like they've lost their bounce. And I'm sorry, that's not more helpful, but you obviously see a lot of influencers having a shoe rotation. I personally don't. I use a pair of trainers until they lose their bounce, and I think that's fine. Are you a fan of Blue Moon ice cream? I don't know what that is, but that sounds delicious, asshole. How did you decide on a boob tattoo? I've wanted one for so long. Yours looks amazing. Oh my God, thank you so much, girl. I decided on it because I had a breast reduction and the scars didn't really heal. And I figured like, instead of just having this darker brown mark that I didn't love, I was like, why don't I make it into something that I do love? So I just got tattoos over the scars and now I'm obsessed with my bosoms. How to handle shin splints and other running injuries. Just to preface, I'm not professional in this area, so for sure go see a professional. Me personally, whenever I've had shin splints or any injuries, it's usually been to the fact that I need new trainers, or the fact that I haven't been strength training enough, or the fact that I've been overtraining. So I think there are 3 things that you could consider, but also just go see a professional. Like maybe you just go speak to the professionals. That's not me, I'm not smart. How do you battle body image and find clothes that fit your height? I get everything altered, honestly. At the moment, I've been spending so much money on buying clothes that I like and then getting them altered to be like slightly shorter or like tighter at different areas. I'm never really honest. I don't think that I have the best body image. That's kind of why I don't discuss it, because I don't really want to be preachy about something that I haven't solved. I don't feel like I'm overly body positive. I feel like I'm just body acceptant, and I'm learning to like who I am and what I can do. Yeah, I hope that helps. I think it's really tricky, and I think we punish women for struggling as well. Like we expect women to be a certain way, and then when they're not and they struggle, we also punish them for that too, which is just wild. I think if you are struggling, that's perfectly normal. I think most of the women around you probably are. Communicating that you're struggling with the people around you, I think you'd be surprised at the amount of women that would discuss their own body image with you, because that's what I found in recent years. I kind of just speak to men and women about it. I think everyone's super willing to talk about what they're going through, and it actually shouldn't be so taboo at all. Like we're just expecting everyone to be perfect and healed, but just no one is. Marmite or peanut butter? Both. Apparently, like someone's told me to have them together. Can you imagine? What are some of your biggest wins from your run streak? Genuinely, like the word selfish is definitely the wrong choice of words. And I think it's also really interesting that that's the word that I'm leaning for. But it's taught me to be more selfish. It's taught me to put me first. It's taught me to question other people more than I ever have. Like, other people put their expectations on you so much. They tell you how to exercise, they tell you how to eat, they tell you how to live, to work. And I love that my run streak, I'm not telling anyone to do it my way. It's just, I've really loved it for me. And I think one of the biggest wins are that it has kept me calm over the last few years, because if I'm being really honest, I've had quite a tumultuous few years. And I don't really believe in airing my dirty laundry, so I'm never really going to speak about my personal life to that extent. Like, if you stop me in the street, I'd probably tell you all about it, but just online. I hope you can understand that. My biggest win is probably that it's kept me so balanced. I'm really proud of that. Do you know what another kind of crazy win is? I think you would probably watch my content or meet me in real life, or assume my personality would attract a very specific demographic, but that hasn't been the case at all. Like, the way I get stopped in the street by like 20-year-olds or 50-year-olds, and they just say that maybe, it feels so weird, like I feel gross saying this about myself, but that they have learned to be less embarrassed of themselves because like I'm a bit of a doofus online. That feels spectacular. Like, being the representation that I feel like I could have benefited from has been probably my favorite part of doing the run streak. Like, it put me in a position whereby I could grow on social media, and now I just hope that I feel like everyone's sibling. Like, I think that's been the craziest win of the run streak. Something else, I guess, which I'm not sure if you'd again be able to tell from my persona online, is, you know how I was just saying that my run streak helps to keep me like stable and sane. I am a personality type that can get very down and very low, and over the years I am someone that has like struggled to get up out of bed, can wake up feeling really heavy, would go to sleep, would wake up crying, would wake Steve up, would wake people up in the middle of the night, just hyperventilating. Like, I have the capacity to get really low. I also have the capacity to get weirdly high. But since doing the run streak, I feel like I've got a spring in my step. Like, I feel like I have a reason to get up and out of bed. I feel like it kickstarts my day. And whilst I would never, like, again, it is so personal to me. Like, I'm never telling anyone else to do it ever. And I hope you know that. But for me, it has just changed my life. I'm so happy that I found this thing that works for me, because truly, if you knew like my background and my personal story, I think you'd also agree that like some of the things I've been through, it would make sense that I could be quite a nervous person. So like, I'm just so happy that I have this to lean on right now. It helps me so much. Some of these are just compliments. Guys, I feel crazy. You could struggle with overconsumption of content, e.g. reels. If yes, how do you cope? Nope. I don't consume, I create. I hide everyone's content. Like, I don't watch anyone's content. I think I'm the funniest, most creative person in the world, but I just don't consume anyone else's. What running watch do you use currently? This is a Garmin Forerunner. There's like a retro Coros one that I really want though, because it just looks so cute. Would you come to Berlin and maybe organize another run club? Would love to join. Well, girl, I do be running the Berlin Marathon, so I could do a shakeout run. Tips on intuitive eating. This is so tough. And actually, I don't feel qualified to answer that question. I would also feel like such a hypocrite answering that question. In my opinion, everyone that tells you, oh my God, I have goosebumps thinking about this. Everyone that's telling you to intuitively eat, do you not feel like does a huge amount of exercise? I just feel like I would be such a hypocrite telling you to intuitively eat, teaching you how to intuitively eat, where I do so much exercise. And I feel like I've found my equilibrium because my job allows me to be this active. But I'm sorry, I know that's not helpful, but I just feel like the internet isn't the right place to look for support there. How are you finding the laser hair removal? Is it worth doing? I feel stressed answering this question. I get that it's starting to feel like a pyramid scheme. Like, I get it. Like, I have this conversation with people all the time. Like, I get you have to go so much. I would say that I still have hair. I have fluff now. Like, I personally love it. Also, I got loads of comments over the weekend about why my bikini line was so smooth. That's because of laser, genuinely. But I'm not sure if the hair's ever going to fully disappear. To be clear, I get it gifted and I've had maybe like 15 treatments over the years. So I feel like that would end up coming into quite a lot of money if you were buying that for yourself. But for me personally, it's worked really well. I go to Laser Me Out and I actually think it's really good. Are you still running every day? I've noticed your daily tallies have stopped. I am still running every day. I just don't post about it because the goal was never to tell anyone else to do it. Like the goal was just to do this thing for me. And I worried about people internalizing it, you know? How do you feel confident in a bikini when comparison is crippling your conscience? I feel you. It's so tough because, yeah, like as women, we've just got it so hard, but you can't change what you are. And I think what I was saying earlier about creating, not consuming, focusing on all the things your body can do and be and create instead of consuming what the people around you are, I think is really important. Turning 30 was really big for me in terms of realizing how much of my life had not gone, like how much of my life had been lived, and things just weren't going to change. Like I was still going to be in this body that I just wasn't comfortable in, and if I didn't choose to accept it, then I was just going to continue living a life of discomfort and nervousness. By the way, I wouldn't say that my body image is healed at all. Like I definitely have big struggles there, but I just think it's really important to focus on other things. I don't know if that's good advice, by the way. That's just what I do. Like just focusing on what you are, what you can be and what you can create, I think is really important. Tracking your runs, motivating. I'm debating finally getting Strava. It's motivating as fuck. I think literally just tracking them and not looking at the data and not over-analyzing them is so good. Like just track them and leave them there. How do you cope with your partner being a parent? Does it affect your life plans? I think it's really interesting that no one ever asked that question and there's no support around that question, because obviously if you had an image of your life being one way and then you end up dating someone with a child, and it does alter your life plans. Like I had very different opinions of how my future was going to look, but we speak about our plans almost daily. We have come up with a different plan of action, but it most definitely did impact both of our life plans. Like I'm sure Steve had a vision of how his life was going to look and it hasn't quite turned out that way, and me the same, but I'm really grateful that we're both quite communicative. We're both quite emotional people, and so whenever we're feeling something, we do just kind of, like it just comes out, like we have to discuss it in that moment. So anytime we felt any kind of way about anything like that, we do just kind of speak about it on the spot, which has been really great and I think really important. And I definitely think that if you're struggling with that, it's very warranted that you are, because there really isn't much support for step parents, because I think we all just believe step parents to be the evil step parent. But in reality, it's tough for you too. So kudos for trying to make it work. How do you feel about body hair? Does it make you feel insecure? This is quite interesting. It used to make me feel really insecure. I remember when I first started CrossFit, like, I want to say I would have been 23 or 24. I would have never worn shorts like this because all the CrossFit girls wear those like really short hot pants, don't they? And I remember like this part of my legs was really fluffy, and when you're doing burpees and stuff, or I don't know, you're doing anything that means that you have to bend down, I was always so conscious of the backs of my legs, or even like my hairline here, it was just always really thick and really dark and really hairy. I've had laser, obviously, so like it's not as dark and fluffy as it used to be, but honestly, like, people are going to find something to judge you for. Is hair really the worst? Like, is hair really that bad? I feel like I've been fluffy my whole life, and I am really fluffy in a lot of areas now, but I just don't care. Like, why is it a bad thing? Like, tell me. Is it unhygienic? No. Is it ugly? No. Why is it negative? Like, we've been taught that it is negative, but I just don't believe it to be anymore. You ever get the fear after posting something, then go back and delete it in a panic? Oh, once a week. How does one go about getting noticed by brands? I've hit 10K on TikTok, but nothing yet. Again, hate to come back to the same point, but create, don't consume. Be fully yourself. Don't consume other people's content. Just lean into fully who you are. I think brands really like a personality. They want you to be your own niche. Don't copy other people. How do you feel about sharing content with so many people? The key to sharing content with so many people is having no concept of how many people are watching. What do you get lasered? Oh my good God. I shit you not. I get butt naked She lasers me from here down to the hair on my toes, and then I turn over on my stomach, and she does exactly the same. My whole buttocks too, because I've got fluffy little buttocks. It's cute. Currently in the absolute trenches of a breakup. Any tips? Start a business. Get really rich. I feel like I'd be really bad at answering this question because I find, like when I'm sad, it's all consuming. So I can really empathize with what you're feeling right now. And I imagine you're feeling very lost and very stressed. But if you can find something to focus on, if you can figure out a goal that you can put in your calendar to aim towards, just try to do what you can to keep your mind busy and be kind to yourself, and also accept that it's going to take a second for you to feel like a normal human being that can integrate back into society, having normal conversations again. It's fucking tough. I always thought it was mental how you could go through a breakup and then be expected to go to work the next day. Like it is fucking brutal on your mental health. Mate, I hope you're okay. Have you ever tried any fillers? Thoughts on pressure to stay young and pretty? This is actually a mental question. I get lip filler and I've had Botox twice in my forehead. It's worn off now. I think I'll probably just get lip filler in maybe another year if I want it, if I need it, but I'm really happy with where my lips look now. I also have hair extensions in, and that's all been for me. Like, I've really enjoyed it, but we have definitely noticed a change in engagement since I did those things. Like, it is actually kind of scary to see how the algorithm supported a certain look. Bikini recos for slim girls, big bust, please. Toco is actually really decent for that. Also, I think I got gifted a brand called You Swim. That seemed decent, and it felt like a bit of a sports bra. I kind of love that. What's the best thing you like about yourself? I really like my childlike energy. I really like the way that I bounce out of bed in the morning. Mainly because it hasn't always been like that. It's only really something that's happened in the last few years. But I really like how I have the ability to turn everything into just like a fun game. Anything you're reading currently, any books you'd recommend? I'm currently reading porn, honestly. But my favourite book is Shantaram. If you haven't read it, you should. So good. How did your mum get started on fitness? I really want to encourage my mum. I held her hand. People are scared of what they don't understand and don't know how to do. And literally, the first time she ever went for a run, the first 6 months of her running, I physically held her hand on the runs. Like, we would jog hand in hand. And with the gym, would go with her, would literally just take the guesswork out of training. I would like set up the weights on the bar, would talk through the reps, was just literally on top of her training, like basically being her PT, would just doing it next to her. And also, I think mums innately feel embarrassed of training, which is so strange. So just like making them feel confident. Like, she is just a girl. Like, think about how you would feel if you were starting from scratch. Do you have PCOS? Hope that's not too personal question. Girl, ask anything. Probably. When I was like 13, I remember coming home being like, Mum, I have PCOS. And she was like, no, you don't. And then we went and got an ultrasound and they said I didn't have PCOS, but I'm pretty convinced that I might do. And if I don't, I have some of the symptoms. Did you used to have not so healthy relationship to working out before it's so common? Oh my goodness. I used to have the most unhealthy relationship with my body and working out and food. Spoken about it very minimally on the internet, but I had a very disordered relationship with fitness growing up. Me being this free and comfortable and happy and easygoing with fitness is a very recent thing. Listen, my manager would kill me if I badmouthed this brand specifically because I've gotten in trouble for it before, but what I will say is I don't love the marketing of some brands' greens powders and the way that they toy with women's relationships with their bodies. How do you manage sweat marks? I only wear dark leggings. I don't like I piss myself 25/8. What's your sun/moon/rising sign? I don't know, but my birthday is December 14th. So maybe you can tell me. How many tattoos do you have and which is your favourite one? Got an acorn there. I have one covering my breast reduction scars. I have an om there. I have a 4-leaf clover on my foot. I have a love heart that I got with all my best friends at uni for £13. That one's not the best tattoo. My mum's surname on the back of my arm, because just before I changed my name to Sachdev, I wasn't sure I wasn't sure that I was actually going to change my name to Satch Dev, so I got it tattooed on me. And then as the months passed, I was like, no, I actually want to be a Satch Dev. So then I changed my actual name. But I got this on me when I was just a Mukeshi, but it's just like a flower with Satch Dev in it. I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah. But I do have one booked in a couple of days, which is my favourite one. Probably the acorn that's here, just because it's my first ever one, and I got it when I lived in Madrid with all of my friends at my second year of uni, and it just means so much. I just can't believe I did that. I can't believe I moved to Spain on my own. I can't believe I was brave enough to do that, let alone get a tattoo out there. I'm so in awe of like 20-year-old me that she did that. Yeah, but I love that tattoo. Also, the guy, when he did it, he was like, I'm high, by the way. Do you still want me to do this? And I was like, sure. Kind of adds to the memory. Do it. How did Steve and I meet? What does he do for work? You two are too cute. Promise you we fight loads. It's so hard, isn't it? Finding like the toss up between being genuine and showing you when we're just being cute, but also like, yeah, I don't want anyone to like idolize this relationship or like relationships in general, because like we have a lot of ups and downs, but I do definitely love my partner a lot. He is very lovely. He is a CAD engineer. He's very smart. He's not just a pretty face. And we met at a CrossFit gym about 6 years ago. Do you recommend any electrolytes, when to drink them, before, after, during? My issue is that I've never really drunk anything like that. Like, I take protein and I obviously have some creatine. I don't know if you know that. I actually got some creatine super recently. I haven't started taking that yet. Electrolytes, whenever I'm given them during marathons, I'm like, holy fuck, that helps so much. But I have never really invested in them. And people keep telling me they're great. I just haven't wanted to. Just because, I don't know, I don't love investing in things that I don't understand. Their salt content looks super high, that I've always been super nervous to take them as someone that has just like trained at a normal level. But now that I run as much as I do and do like ultra marathons and shit, and it's my job, I feel like maybe I would need them, but I'm hesitant to recommend them because the sodium content is so high that I find it really confusing as to why they get recommended to like the general public that just like go to the gym for an hour and maybe don't excrete that much salt. How do you deal with sad days? Love you. Love you too. My camera died just so I read that. Basically, I don't deal with it healthily at all. I cry, I lie in bed, I emotional eat, I over exercise, I take it out on all of my loved ones. I can't sleep, I delve into my work, and I isolate myself from anyone and everyone who cares about me. So I feel like I'm not the right person to come to for support. We are, however, going to have to stop the questionnaire for a little bit just because my blow dry is now. I can't wait for you to see the end result, because I can't lie, I always look so sexy after blow dry. Blow dries just get me acting so different and so sassy. Hi, I'm good, how are you? Everyone meet Jack. Hi Pam. What the fuck? I'm attracted to myself, honestly.
How's it feeling for you?
Sexual as fuck.
Yeah?
Hello? I'm no longer Savannah. I'm not sure what my alter ego's name is. We'll finish the Q&A when we get home, okay, Hans? How's my 30 for 30 list going? Honestly, I don't really want to continue doing it, if I'm being honest. It feels a bit stressful. Nah, I'm kidding. I've done some really cool things. I think I'm feeling a bit stressed because I have the lingerie shoot tomorrow morning. I'm regretting making that a goal. Like, I think when I'm done it, maybe I'll be happy that I've done it. But now that it's got so close to doing the thing, I'm really good at talking the talk. Like, I was all like, yeah, I really want to do a lingerie shoot. And now that I have a lingerie shoot, I'm like, what have I done, you know? Like, why did I make this so public? Like, now I actually have to do it. I should have just lied and made up some shit. How do I keep myself safe when running alone? I carry a rape alarm. I carry my keys like this. I feel like this is a universal girl thing though. I run like this. I feel like every girl does that, right? I assume that you wouldn't understand what that feels like. Whenever I use Strava, it has a feature whereby it sends a message to someone when you start and stop. So I set Steve as that contact, so he gets a message when I've started and stopped running. What is an assumption that people make about you that isn't true? That I'm an extrovert. I talk to no one in real life, so I have all this energy to chat to you guys through the safety of a screen. But the reality is, I'm nervous. 2 truths and a lie. I've had a threesome. I laser my bumhole. I speak Swedish. Sorry if it sounds rude. What's the lump on your leg? Oh, I assume she means from the picture before this, and it's just my knee. I just have kind of bony legs. It's kind of weird because I'm quite voluptuous elsewhere. But Sorry, that was a jump scare. Are you scared of death? I'm more scared of not living. Would you ever stop working? No, I love working. Have you had a midlife crisis yet?
There's a crisis every damn day.
I am a bit flitty. How can you know that you can make content creation work? I'm a newbie trying. Don't give up. Like every time I've been like, I'm not sure this is for me, I just have kept going. And I think that's something that people don't do. When they're starting to fail, then they give up. And that's what everyone does. So just like keep pushing through the difficult part.
Also, worth saying that if you have bills to pay and you have a full-time job, and you're starting something like content creation and it's, you know, you want it to be your business, but it's not quite there yet, then I think it's like most businesses, you know, you'll probably know when the right time is to jump into it full time.
Were you always super fit, or did you get into fitness as an adult when you began running? I've always been someone that moves quite well naturally. I haven't always been sporty at all. I was a kid at school that everyone laughed at because I wasn't sporty at all. I was pretty overweight growing up. I was very unhealthy. Because of that, I then got into fitness with a very disordered attitude. But I guess in my adult life, the last 4 or 5 years, I've been consistent with it and I've really enjoyed it. And I think enjoying it helps you to keep showing up. If the majority of people practiced as much as I did, they would be so much better than me. Like, I'm not actually naturally fit at all. I have to work so hard to be where I am. And genuinely, if you think about the fact that I've practiced every day for like 3 years, how long have you been with your partner?
6 years.
Yes. So, is it normal to get chafing from your thong on the inside of your bum after long runs? Yeah, for sure. I wear like kind of baggy granny pants when I'm running, or I wear like, I feel like I only get chafe if I'm wearing like lace knickers. If I wear like the like silky thongs from Skims, which I get are kind of expensive to be running in, but they don't chafe and they don't hurt. Best way to start running, do you need a plan? Go for time. If you've literally never run before, get out for 10 minutes, get out for 15 minutes. And if you'd like a little bit more structure, then Couch to 5K is so good and it's free. How did I learn to be so carefree despite battling bouts of anxiety? Honestly, that's just what I show you. Like, I show up on the internet when I feel good because I really like that my page is a place of entertainment and fun, and hopefully it's just a place for you to come and laugh. I try not to share too many of my other opinions or feelings, not because I'm trying to be fake, but just because I want people to open an app that can otherwise make you feel a bit shit and just feel accepted and have a giggle. But I promise that it's something that I do really struggle with, and also Steve will agree that I just really isolate myself, and it's not the smartest way to deal with things, and it's something that I worry about for when I'm a parent or when we live together, because what I do is I just kind of shut down. I'm sorry that you're going through that because it is very tough, and although it's starting to be more spoken about, it still doesn't feel that accepted. Will I ever stop getting out of breath on my runs? After 5 minutes, I'm done. I was the same. Honestly, be consistent, keep showing up. So normal that you feel out of breath, promise. I think I saw a video, but did you get salmon sperm injections and how were the results for you? I have had salmon sperm injections in my face twice and I love it. Like, the glow is crazy. How do you keep your hair looking cute while running daily? I am a grub. I wear it in a low plait, and honestly, I think because my hair's curly, it's quite dry, so it just like absorbs sweat to get curlier. Like, it just never really gets greasy. Could I speak about my experience with roacutan? I think because I'm only on 20 milligrams twice a week, it hasn't been terrible. I have had the purge stage. I actually don't know if my phrasing there is correct, but I went through that period where there was a few weeks where I felt like loads of gunk came out of my skin, and my skin was probably on the worst end for me. The acne came out in full force. I had lots of spots that felt like they needed popping. But then that lasted maybe another week, and then all of a sudden I started to get like a bit of a glow, and recently people just keep commenting on it. Like, Steve keeps commenting on it. My brother on holiday was like, oh my God, your face looks so good for you. And I don't even think just for me. I think actually my skin in real life looks really clear right now. But in terms of the mood swings, it's been quite hard because I don't know if anyone here experiences bad mood swings around their period, but mine are quite severe. I get quite shitty the week before my period, and I actually can't tell if the roacutan's made it worse, because I definitely am prone to very down periods as well. Half marathon this weekend, chafing is a big fat bitch. Any advice? And chafe bum. Honestly, couldn't live without it. I go for Body Glide or First Aid Beauty. Where was the stitched kind of denim bikini from? Slayed it. It was from With Jean. I'm obsessed. Do you want to see what my newest purchase from With Jean is that I haven't actually shown Steve yet? I ordered this set. It's these trackies, this black pair of trackies, and then on the buttocks, it says Lucky. Because Steve gets so lucky all the time. He's also just so lucky for being with me. He's so lucky. So lucky he met me. And then it also just says Lucky on the chest. I love, and it's kind of cropped. I should probably try it on, shouldn't I? Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Thoughts on CrossFit, personal experience, CrossFit for runners. I think it's fucking great. I think you can end up at the wrong CrossFit gym that feels a bit culty and they push you a little bit too far and you end up with an injury. But you can also end up with the most amazing CrossFit that supports movement, that feels like the best community, that doesn't just push you towards the most difficult ones, that actually cares about the overall structure of your training. I mean, it changed my life. I love CrossFit so much. I have so many great things to say about it. But like, the fundamentals of CrossFit are basically just to move well. Some gyms can take it way too far, but if you get like a really good one where the coaches actually care about you and the programming, then honestly, I'm real. We all know the benefits of strength training, and CrossFit just makes strength training interesting. I am a big fan, truly. I actually think that for years, CrossFit was my social life, and I actually really want to go back to it. I'm just really struggling to find a good CrossFit gym or like High Rocks gym, but I have probably never enjoyed movement as much as I have as when I went to a CrossFit gym. It's my favorite style of training. I think it always will be, and I think Steve would say the same. You wash your hair after each run? I wash my hair like once every 7 to 10 days. Do you not know how much of a grub I am? When will you end the streak? Whenever I want it, whenever it doesn't feel good anymore. It feels so good for me right now. My brain is all over the place, and genuinely, it is the only thing that keeps me calm. Like, I just don't want to right now. Waxing question for a POC. Have you ever had issues with post-wax ingrowns or hyperpigmentation? I've seen scrubs are meant to help, but really only partially help. Also, you might do laser, and if you do, any recs as to where a POC can go in the UK, because that's another topic on its own. I used to get really bad ingrowns and hyperpigmentation. Our like favorite evening activity used to be like Stephen picking my ingrowns. I now get laser, so my hair's way thinner, if I even have any. Like, there's loads of spots on my body where I don't have any anymore, and I go to laser me out. I'm pretty sure if you quote that you know me, that you'll get some kind of discount. I'm a bit confused as to how it actually works, because I do still have some fluff. And I get that people feel like it's starting to feel like a bit of a pyramid scheme, but genuinely, my hair is so much thinner than it's ever been. Should I move to London or Paris from New York City?
London.
Honestly, I love Paris, but I fucking am obsessed with living in London. Fellow Madrid girlie, how did you like your time here? That makes my heart so warm. It like made me the kind of person that I am. Like, it's so funny. I have a friend that wants to move to Spain soon, and she has ended up deciding to move to Barcelona. And I was like, fair, but honestly, Madrid, the culture of Madrid, it's so cosmopolitan, the food, the way people are, they're so warm. And like, I lived on Calle Sagasta. It was just such a fun street. Like, Calle Sagasta, for anyone watching, it feels a bit like Carnaby Street. It's like that kind of vibe. Would you go on runs with your followers? All the time. People message me all the time. I go on runs with them all the time. Yeah, anytime. How do you do the things on the days you really don't want to? I'm really lucky that I have people around me that want the best for me. So they always push me, like Steve, my brother, are always like pushing me to do more, to be more, which is really inspiring and really motivational. But I think it's the knowledge that doing things on the days that I don't want to is what makes me the kind of person I want to be. Do you have plans to come to the States soon? Miss a chance to run with you in New York City. Honestly, the second an opportunity arises, I will be in New York. Like, invite me there. Create a brand, invite me, I'll be there. Want breast reduction info so bad. I'm going to do a video on this so soon. There's also highlights of like a whole playlist on it on my TikTok, but I will do a specific YouTube video on this so soon, I promise. How do you stay consistent on socials, and what do you use for editing? I stay consistent because I like it. Like, it makes me so happy posting. I find it really enjoyable. And what do you use for editing? I predominantly edit in CapCut. How are you? Just so nice. I'm good. I'm really good right now. Thank you for asking. I hope you are as well. If you were to get married, what would be your dream hen party? Probably do a workout, have brunch, and then go shopping. But in like Paris or New York or something. I'd ask people if they wanted to come. Well, by people, I mean like the 2.5 friends I have. Okay, one more, I swear, and then I'll go. Do you ever look back and say, I'm fucking awesome? I like really like that because I feel like none of us do that, right? And I saw this TikTok from, I think her name's Anastasia. And it was literally today, and she was like, if you're struggling, think back to 13-year-old you and think of how in awe of you should be right now. And I just love that. Like, I think that's so wholesome and sweet. I am very proud of myself right now. Like, I'm really enjoying things. Thank you for coming to my whole day. I'm gonna drink some more wine and chill for a little bit and get this uploaded. And I will see you guys in the morning because we have a photo shoot to go and try and not be awkward at. Like and subscribe.